continue on here at mat number 1.
Oh, shot attempt right out the gate there.
You have 2 ways to go about it, like you said. A little more passive, a little more aggressive. But we got a little more aggression here at 184.
Two guys I'm familiar with. Gavin Kane actually competed against my younger brother at the Davidson Open and beat him last year. And Monteiro, there's an athlete named TJ McDonald who actually just won the Pac-12. Going into the conference tournament with an 8-match losing streak. And he had lost to every single wrestler in his conference, and he ended up winning the conference qualifying spot for the NCAA tournament. But Monteiro actually, when I was helping coach TJ McDonough in California, beat him in the semis of the California State tournament. So I've been in the corner against Monteiro, and he's young, but he can compete.
It's not often that win that conference championship as Stanford has done. And then Monteiro, we faced off with him before. We're kind of familiar with what he can bring to the mat. And you know that if he's gritty, he's scrappy, he's going to be able to leave it all out there.
Absolutely. And obviously, Gaines got a history of success and experience. He's an NCAA qualifier. He's been ranked. And so I'm excited to watch these two compete.
Monteiro and Kane grappling and fighting at 184. That grip on the back of the neck for a moment and lost the headgear once more.
Looks like we're going to have a little break here, change of headgear.
Now, once they might let it slide, second time, they're going to need some new one.
Controlling distance there. Posting on the head, gauging distance. Closes the gap, transitions to a collar tie. There he goes, trying to gauge distance again. And that's super important. You remember we talked about the balance thing. Great shot by Monteiro, doubling off incredibly quickly. Gavin Kane continue to extend the position. That's really good wrestling by both guys. Wow, impressive exchange there. Great shot, great defense.
Trading blows, Monteiro and Kane. Halfway through that first period.
What I was going to mention before is, you see these guys gauging distance before they really make contact with a heavy collar tie. And that's super important. We talked about balance earlier. And sometimes if I don't gauge distance and I lunge and I come forward, I might be front foot heavy. I might be on my toes. And that makes me really susceptible for heavy snaps and a lot of other offensive opportunities. So I got to make sure I maintain balance and control the entire time. And I can do that by gauging distance before I transition to a collar tie. So guys, you'll see a lot of times will make contact with the head with their palm. And just like that, they make contact with the head with their palm. And then they come in a little bit tighter. They step forward. They close the gap with space. And they switch off their palm from the top of the head. And they transition to a collar tie and begin to work.
Kind of getting that barometer for how far and then what they can execute based on the distance.
Yeah, absolutely. And two, it just holds you accountable. It keeps you from lunging forward and making a mistake. Same shot here by Monteiro, but same defensive maneuver here by Kane. And it looks like it's hard to kind of tell who's got the advantage here. If Monteiro can get that foot out, it'll help him. But Kane's doing a great job keeping weight on that side. It looks like he's going to convert. Really good job there by understanding what's going on there in the position and knowing that I got to keep weight on that foot so that way Monteiro can't roll through with it. And he did a great job there executing, and he found the score. Again, late at the first. That's huge. That's huge.
Those last 20 seconds so pivotal as Kane gets the 3 on the takedown. You see it there. Monteiro just resisting, trying to squirm around a little bit more, but couldn't quite fend off the advance from Kane, who did a great job at the takedown.
Yeah, that's big for Gavin Kane because then you don't give him any time to escape. The period ends right away, and you have this 3-0 lead going into the second period. Now 4-0 lead, looks like quick reversal, 5-0 lead, and like I said, that's huge for momentum, and that's good. He's already got riding time that he's starting to build. And he's flat. And typically when guys are flat and they don't have a base, you're able to get a lot more. I know for me, whenever I was in college, I was not the best on top. I was good at getting out on bottom, but I wasn't known for riding. And so My goal is every single time I get a takedown, if I can transition and off the takedown, get a guy flat right away, if I can get maybe 30, 40 seconds, ideally 30 every single time I score, then I hopefully can get my riding time point. And that was kind of my tactic and strategy. I didn't really focus on trying to get 1 minute right away. I was like, guys are really good here.
Try and build it up.
I don't spend time here, but if I can get guys flat and kill some time and get as much as I can out of it, then the more takedowns I get, the more riding time I have. And so these guys on the edge there, Kane did a great job getting Monteiro flat, and he was able to get a lot of riding time.
Monteiro does register a point, but 40 seconds of riding time for Kane so far, midway through the second period.
And that's going to be big because Kane's going to start the third period. I believe Monteiro's probably going to choose down again, so that's going to put Kane right on top again in the third period. If he can hold him down for 20 seconds, that'll give him a riding time point.
Mental chess match between Monteiro and Kane continues, trying to build toward that winning effort.
Monteiro's had some great shots, though. I'd like to see him try and get back to those. He's had some great opportunities. You just got to make an adjustment on the finish because Kane was able to defend both shots the exact same way. So in situations like that, typically it's just one small adjustment that makes a difference, you know. And if he can figure that out in this match and get to that leg again, you know, he'll be right back in it.
We saw that earlier. A couple of comebacks throughout the consolation semifinals today. These comebacks, they can rear their head.
Oh, beautiful shot here. Kane, beautiful counter as well.
Another takedown for Gavin Kane, a commanding 8-1 advantage as the riding time continues to balloon.
Impressive performance here by Kane. He's doing a great job. He's countered all of Monteiro's offense so far, and he's converted it into points for himself. And, you know, I got to give Kane credit because Monteiro's done an incredible job. That was a beautiful opportunity that Monteiro created there, and Kane just did a great job keeping his head up. Ends up with a head outside position and converts. But Monteiro's opportunities have been great so far.
Monteiro try an inch back into this.
Another shot opportunity. Great defense by Kane again on another counter.
Another three for Gavin Kane.
I like that both guys are being aggressive, though. It looks like Monteiro's doing more of the level changes and taking more of these offensive attempts, but Kane's doing a good job pressuring forward, controlling the hand fight, and using that to create opportunities on the counter.
If you're Monteiro trying to fight back, have to continue to stay aggressive. Does that have to be the MO right now?
I think so, because you don't really have a choice. If you're not aggressive, Kane doesn't have to come get you. He can sit back, he can hold position, he can kill time in neutral just by slowing the match down, and he doesn't have to change levels. And so if I'm Monteiro, I got to continue to stay aggressive, because if I'm Kane, I don't have to pull the trigger at this point.
And riding time north of 90 seconds for Gavin Kane. Monteiro gets another point, 11-2. But crunch time for Monteiro of Stanford.
Little misdirection duck attempt by Monteiro. Riding time point is secured for Kane. 35 seconds left here in the third period.
Minute 45 of riding time for Kane so far, as he has dominated in that sense.
Another counter opportunity by Kane to continue to build his lead.
He is not relenting. Another takedown.
Looks like he wants another one. Monteiro on a counter of his own. He's got to keep that shoulder tight. You can't let it slip out. Got to build across. Kane's doing a good job hipping in. Really impressive defense we've seen from Kane here this match.
And it results in a dominant victory. Gavin Kane, 15-3, a winner. Several takedowns. That was impressive stuff from the Tar Heel.
Absolutely. Really, really good wrestling. Great counters. Good defense. Uses hips incredibly well. And just great awareness.
Well, Kane will continue on throughout the championships here at mat number 1 Cameron Indoor Stadium on the campus of Duke University.